Hi guys, today I'll be sharing my grandma's recipe, which is bitter leaf stew. Please note it's actually different from bitter leaf soup, which is the Igbo version, which we use coconut to thicken it. This recipe is created and I got to know it through my grandma. You know, when you're not feeling too well and you have different kind of odd taste, your taste bud is actually not palatable to eat many things. So she make the soup, but definitely without not this much kind of protein. Most of the time, she makes it with fish. So these are one of the ingredients. The pepper mix is a combination of sweet chili pepper, which is called tatashe, if it's the round one, the onions and ginger and garlic, and scotch bonnet. No tomato in this. So you just have to take the seed if you're the type that actually take the seed off your pepper. So you open it up, then you dust out the seed. So it's as simple as ABC. So the scotch bonnet as well, which is RODO, you just have to take the green plant at the top of the hedge, take it off. This actual video or this description is for people that are new to cooking African food or have no idea of what they are doing. So just take off the top. It's not going to be blending that we're not going to be blending that with all the combination. Give your pepper a rinse. I rinsed my onion before actually cutting it because I got to understand that onions is actually acidic, so you don't have to cut them and now rinse it. The whole vitamin in it will go off. So you rinse it when you peel off the first layer of the skin before you actually cut it and blend it, or if you're just cooking it. Do not rinse after it's been cut. You're just taking away all the nutrients. Give it a blend, a rough blend, not a smooth blending. Once it's blend with a little water, choice is yours. Make sure it's blended not smooth in a rough way, not too smooth. Once that is done, you get that ready. And another key ingredient is palm oil. You know, when we in Africa, maybe in Nigeria or the part like Ghanaian, one of the key ingredients to make our local soup is palm oil. So palm oil to the size, to your choice size, how much of palm oil you like to use is optional, but I will advise you keep it to minimal, not too much of palm oil. So pour in your blended pepper mix. Once you heat up the palm oil, just for like about 3 to 5 minutes, then put your stockfish. I have a video on my page which I show you how to clean your stockfish. In most cases, some people just soak it with water and just transfer it. The scale of your stockfish need to be taken out. It's just like buying your fish in the market and cooking it without taking off the scale. So stockfish usually have a scale which needs to be taken off. So it's now locust beans, which you have to rinse your locust beans due to the way it's been processed. It comes in contact with sand or this tiny bit of stone. So make sure you rinse your locust beans before transferring it into your soup. Is one of the key ingredients when you're making local vegetable soup in Nigeria, especially from this side. And I'm sure in other places they have their also local key ingredients. Locust beans is actually very key for the southwest, which is the Yoruba part when you're making eforiru traditionally, not the modernized way of cooking eforiru. So you make your locust bean which you rinse, and that is ogiri. This time around, the ogiri you're using is from the Yoruba part. There's a difference between the Igbo ogiri and the Yoruba ogiri because we are making soup that is related to the Yoruba part. So I am using the Yoruba ogiri. Once that is added, please give it a try. Let it cook. Let it cook on for like about while it's cooking, you have to clean your dry fish. The best way to clean your dry fish, for me, I like to debone it. Why do I like to debone it? Because I have young children that will be eating it from it. Some people just keep it as a whole and just take the top part. But for me, I take it out, the bone, I'll take out all the bones from the side, from the middle, and clean it. So the best thing when you're cleaning your dry fish is to use warm water with salt. So it's all done now, and I am going to transfer it into my pepper mix that is cooking, and you let it cook for a while. One thing you have to take to consider when you're consideration, sorry, when you're making your soup is to make sure that it's well cooked. There are some kind of soup or stew that if it's not well cooked, is going to run your stomach. For example, when you're making egusi soup, when egusi soup is not well cooked, believe me, you're going to go to toilet all day. So it's important you let your pepper cook very well. Let it cook very well, not like you're eating fresh pepper. So I'm adding more water in order for let it cook. One thing about this soup is not meant to be thick. Remember, I told it my grandma recipe when you're sick and you're having a kind of funny taste, in order for you to redeem your taste board and all that, you take it this. So sometimes you can just eat it on its own, or you eat it with rice. So it's not meant to be thick. And I'm adding my protein. Obviously, she doesn't put so much protein when she's making it. Most of the time, she just puts dry fish or whatever fish, something that you can easily digest, and you can just soup it or you can eat it with plain rice. That is the way she makes it. I actually crave for it today, and I decided to make it, but with a different twist to it. I like to drain my beef stock, so I have to drain it because I don't like all this funny particles to coming up in my soup when I'm eating it. So drain your stocks, beef or chicken, if you're the type that I like to. It's optional, but for me, I do that with all my soup when I'm using the protein. So give it a stir again and let them all cook together so that the pepper, the seasoning, everything will all mix together, penetrate into each other, and be very, very juicy. So I'm covering it and letting this cook for another 3 to 5 minutes. And I'm going to add my snail. Why am I putting the snail in the last minute? Because I don't like my snail to be very, very soft, to be extremely soft. I like the fact that when I'm eating my snail, it's a bit crunchy, nice, that kind of thing. That is the way I love my snail, to be crunchy and not to be completely soft. So we are getting towards the end of the video, guys. And let me know if you'll be trying to make this stew. It's actually very delicious, healthy. So now the last bit of it, the key ingredient of making this is the bitter leaf itself. I also have a video where I showed how to wash your bitter leaf. Bitter leaf are meant to be given a kind of wash before you actually use it, eventually use it in the final cooking. So I added the bitter leaf itself, and it's all ready. So stir very, very well after adding your bitter leaf. You can put more bitter leaf if you want it to be more of bitter leaf, but because I just want to scoop it, I just want the pepper because it's very, very spicy, and I just want to eat it with rice, and I didn't put so much of bitter leaf. So remember, it's a different thing, and it's actually different. The method of cooking this is different from cooking bitter leaf soup, which is the Igbo version. This is bitter leaf stew. There's no cocoyam. And for bitter leaf soup, you don't use so much pepper. So it's actually different. So this is the end of the video. Tell me in the comment section if you will be creating this for yourself, if you will be trying this. And remember to share my video. Again, I'm begging on your WhatsApp status so your friends and family that I do not know can see my video and they can come along on the journey with me. It's good to have you here again, and thanks for watching. Remember to like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Help me to grow this channel. I love you all, and I hope again to see you soon. Take care and bye for now. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.